Hi, in this video we will do overview of our orchestrator. Python RPA orchestrator can be deployed in two versions. One is cloud-based and second can be deployed on-premise in client's corporate infrastructure. Python RPA orchestrator supports two types of projects, built with pure Python and developed with our no-code studio. How to connect those Python projects and no-code projects to our orchestrator, please watch in other videos in following sections. Python RPA orchestrator has three ways to manage bots. First one is a robots control room. From here we have manual commands to start or stop robots. Basically, here we can see the projects, their versions, where we're gonna launch our bots, current status of the machine where we want to run our bots, and we can choose the configurations that we want to use when running our robot. Those configurations, as well as credentials that we send to robot when we run our project, we can modify on projects page. Here you can choose the project, click edit project, and easily you can modify the username or passwords of credentials that your robot uses and modify the configurations that you send to your robot on launch. So this commands appears here when you create project from Studio, or you can add the command manually. Click Add Robot, select the project that you uploaded earlier, select the project version, and here is a special checkbox. If you click this checkbox, every time when you update your project, the project version of this command will update. Which means if there would be version 2 of a project updated, the command will update itself automatically. If you don't check this checkbox, then you have to manually choose the version you want to launch. Here we can select also project config for our command, machine where we want to run. I can select several, or let me choose just one. And now I've got my command created that's gonna be launched on this machine. You see, for example, this project has version 3 and this project has version 2, so I manually choose which version to run on which machines. If there would be those checkboxes checked, then it always would be the version 3, which is the latest one for this one. Second way to manage our projects is the scheduler commands. From over here you can create a schedule. You still need to select the project. Again, let it be demo project. The command you want to run on this schedule, start or stop. Of course, the project version, and again the checkbox. Configuration, machine, next. And this is a schedule itself defined as a cron tab. If you hover over this question mark, you will see help text that shows you which options is available. This one is pretty flexible. You can set up to run your robot, for example, at 5:30 a.m. every day, every days of months, every months of years, and some specific time zone. Or you can say, for example, that would be run every 10 minutes, every hour, or run every 10 minutes from 2 to 5 a.m. on Mondays to Thursdays. So you see, this is very flexible thing, and help will this these messages over here will help you to stop it correctly. Save. Yeah, now we see we've created new schedule. Let me disable it. I don't want it to run for now. So clicking this button will enable or disable the schedule. Third way to manage your robots is API triggers. From this page, you can actually add an API trigger, which is a REST endpoint that you can use to launch your bots from any third-party system or even from another robot. So let's again, we choose demo project. We say we want to send the start command. We choose the project version, configurations, and RDP. I save it. Now I have created this demo project trigger. If I will click on this link, I will receive the endpoint that I actually can use to trigger my robot. Detailed instructions how to send these commands, how to authorize in the system and send these commands is available in documentation. Go to documentation here, Python RPA Orchestrator, and API triggers. So special thing about this API triggers is that when you trigger that endpoint, you can dynamically send configurations in real time, which means you can dynamically send some input data to your robot for processing. It's very handy, for example, if you want to integrate some BPM system, for example, with your robot. When user clicks some button, BPM system gathers some data that needs to be processed and sends it to your robot as input data, and your robot processes it. Next, all robots execution statuses you can see in command history. You can see last status, you can see the result, the text was the exception, for example, in case of errors, or just status of command request result. Also, there is available logs, which combines with itself the technical logs and some kind of custom logs. So for example, if I want to say log, I can filter here log level with log level warning, and this is custom logs that I have sent from my projects to Orchestrator on some specific steps of my robot. I can filter here by log level, machine IP address, some error levels, categories, project names, and etc. And I can click download logs and get these logs as Excel file, which I can then use for analysis and processing. Orchestrator also allows you to set up the notifications with Telegram bots. So you can provide here Telegram bot token and Telegram chat ID, and you can select the events that you want to receive in real time. For example, I want to receive when robot fails and if the agent status changes. For example, agent was disconnected. In this case, if anything happens to your robot, like it didn't execute at all or was broken during its own execution, you will receive in real-time notification in your Telegram bot. Also in Orchestrator, there is custom reports available. It's kind of reports that each column of it can be specified when you create your project in Studio, and you can actually fill it with custom data depending on your business process, and then you can provide the access to that reports for your business users, and they can download them or analyze them from Orchestrator itself. For example, I want to see failed tasks. Webhook management used to connect GitHub projects to Orchestrator. In that case, when you create your project here, for example, you can select project type as Python, which is a simple Python project. How to connect them described in documentation and in another videos. And there is also GitHub version, which is also Python projects but connected to GitHub CI/CD. In this case, when you push your code into the GitHub branch, by webhook it will send the update to Orchestrator that project was updated, and the agent which is connected to Orchestrator will update the code base of your project on remote machine, and it will do this automatically, and it doesn't matter how many machines are there. So you can use this as CI/CD functionality for your Python projects that are stored in GitHub. And last but not least, there is a settings for CM connection. It is security and incidents and event management systems like QRadar. You can put here syslog IP and port, and select what kind of logs you want to receive. That logs would be an audit trail of everything that happens on your machine, and all of this data, like not on your machine, everything that happens with your robots and with Orchestrator, and everything that user does here, you can send them as audit trail to these security and event management systems. Yeah, that's it. That's whole overview of Python RPA Orchestrator. Thank you for your attention.